Welcome in, divine ones, dark ones, beautifully awakening beings, to my channel, Keeper the Reaper. If you're new here, welcome to the weirdness. It's going to be exactly that. I'm not going to be for everybody, and that's totally okay. No hard feelings. But if I do happen to resonate with you and you kind of like my vibe and the way I deliver the information that is put on my heart to share with you, please like, share, subscribe. Leave me some love in the comments. And for those of you who are returning, thank you so much for finding something in me to return to. Also, if you're new, I ramble. It's a way that I channel. I'm a shaman. I'm not a tarot reader. But I utilize a little bit of everything in the way that I deliver messages. Sometimes while I'm ranting, energy source, many different things will come in because I'm a channel also, and they'll come through me. And so sometimes when I go to speak or say things, you'll notice little shifts and nuances will change and It's a part of it. There's a method to the madness, I can assure you. But please, guys, bear with me as I'm learning to navigate the whole time issue, okay? Because these energies don't take notice of like the need to keep things kind of to the point. And so my videos do run a bit long sometimes, and I will work on that. But if that's what's required, then that's what it's gonna be. And I just ask that you guys please bear with me, at least get a good ways into the video before you decide like one way or the other. Some of this information has to get to a building point, and then it's like boom, 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 boom. It'll rapid fire. I promise you this. Anyway, let's get into it. So, I took a few days. Ah, damn it! Get away, Nat! It's trying to drink my fucking drink, the little bastard. Anyway, I took a little break for a couple of days to sort of cleanse my energy and get my shit together with this channel, because I utilize cards, oracle cards, almost always. Tarot I'm trying to get back into because Source is kind of giving me a little fun challenge with that. But I was comparing myself to other channels. It was so unfair to do to other channels and to myself. It's okay for me to be different. And I have faith that it'll reach the ones that it's meant for. You know, I do not want to bring anything false to you guys. This is just, it's intimidating to me because I'm aware of how odd and everything it's going to appear at first. And I'm learning to become okay with that. Okay, so there's that. And so I'm just putting that out there. Should anything arise later, I can be like, look, I get it. I'm going to be burping, and this part of, I use burps and stuff, bodily functions, as like a confirmation, okay? Because I utilize my whole being, not just my subconscious, not just my conscious, not just my body. I use all the things with this stuff, okay? And so, and I get it if that's not your thing. No hard feelings at all whatsoever. We're good. But this, I've been led to do this for the ones that it is for. Because I have to put it out. I have to get it out. I've been a hermit for a long time. But anyways, let's get into it. I'm going to start off with the Spirit Animal Oracle deck, just to kind of get an overall idea of where we're going to be going with this. I do have to say, I have been channeling a lot of feminine energy, so this might be more directed to the feminine aspect. However, masculines can also utilize this and you know, turn the knowledge and awareness into wisdom on how to approach the feminine, whether it be within yourself or outside of yourself, or both. You know, having ground for understanding is always a good thing. You know, that way we're not going around just making assumptions and doing dumb shit all the time, because masculine, feminine, we all fucking do it. Anyway, my channel's not about perfection. That shit's boring anyway. Alright. Let's see kind of where we're headed today. Can we not hit Grim with the cards? I'm just kidding. We have the Badger Spirit. Be fearless and bold. It's okay to be different. Card number 4. I keep telling myself that. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be weird as fuck. And the other things that come with that. Thank you. We have card number 37, the Lion Spirit. Be generous of spirit. That's what I'm trying to do. Be generous of the spirit. Anyway, what the fuck? Anyway. I'm a Heyoka shaman, by the way, so if anybody doesn't know what that is, it might help you understand a bit. Some of the weirdness. It's, yeah. Okay, card number 12, Canary Spirit, sing your own song. All right. So yeah, this is reflecting, and I think that this is not just a me thing. I think this is a whole collective thing. How we're all starting to understand that there's so much more. Now, me personally, I've known this for a long time. I was very young when the fuckery kicked off in my life and the weirdness kind of set in. The weirdness is what kept me going. But I am very aware of how new a lot of this is for many and how intimidating that is. Because I do tap into the collective subconscious, and my conscious mind is highly intelligent and absolutely wonderful about rationalizing this information and being able to provide like input, balancing it up, whatever. But you're starting to notice how what you've been told about the divine, about your history, where you come from, your polarities, your overall functioning even on an existential level, biologically and spiritually and metaphysically. It's all been so fucked with. And there's this feeling that is absolutely hyper-energizing the grid, so to speak, the electromagnetic field, the ether. It's for a reason. You know, I'm not one to jive with like hardcore religion stuff, because I think there's truth in everything, but just as there's truth in everything, there's a lot of bullshit in everything. But what you can do with that bullshit once you've learned that it's bullshit is you can utilize it to fertilize your own garden, so to speak. Bullshit makes great fertilizer. And as so many have just naturally been led to embrace their uniqueness, okay? But one thing I have been noticing in the collective is as this beautiful, individuality is rising and stuff, there's been a lot of competition. A lot of people, the ego is not a bad thing, but they're letting it really run away with them in a way that isn't healthy. A balanced ego is a good little beastie, you know what I mean? And it'll bite when it needs to and all that other shit, but you let it run reckless with you, and it's like putting, I don't want to say that because that's kind of disrespectful, but anyways, you want to make sure that you've made the ego aware of its power and given it, a time and attention to help it mature into understanding its role appropriately. And those of you who have done the work are people that I consider to be part of my collective, right? So it's time for you to be fearless and bold. Be bold. Now, I struggle with this. Me speaking on what I have to offer. You see, when I was younger and I went to go speak highly about myself, I was told that that's not ladylike. That's conceited. That I should sit quietly in the corner and not let anyone know. Fuck that. No. Be fearless and bold. You are who you are. If you're ladylike, fine. If you're not, fucking fine. Be ready to receive the genuine love that is available to you. And the only way you can do that is to stop accepting the false shit because it's comfortable. Oh, well, I really like this guy or I really like this girl. And I know that they may not like the fact that I cuss a lot or I have this habit or I have that habit. So I'm just going to pretend that I don't have that. Well, you're not only robbing yourself of an authentic experience, you're also really fucking up the person that you claim to be so interested in, that you claim to like so much. And that's really fucking selfish. On many levels. You're robbing yourself of receiving genuine love. And for being able to have your being be shown what healthy love is, what love really is. Because there's been this huge thing where sex and love and lust and all these other things, these transactional things have been kind of intermingled in with love. And that's not, love is not transactional, point blank, period. Yes, you can apply some of those aspects, but when we're talking about the source, the root of love, hello, Reaper, I get to the root. The root of love that keeps it thriving into the whole fucking garden of all love has to fucking offer is unconditional. I love you because you exist. Because you exist exactly the way that you do. And that if you were to exist any other way, my existence and experience would not be all that it is. I just love you because, or I love you anyway. Okay? And it's not only going to help with that love aspect. The fearless and bold is going to help you embrace your true self and really be able to bring forth that full authentic version of you. Those in my collective are rising, and you know exactly what I mean when I say that, okay? You know what this is for. You've been doing the damn work. You put in the fucking man hours. You walked through fucking hell. You pulled people the fuck out of it. And now it's time to get your promise. We were promised, right? If you don't remember, let me inform you, we were promised something very profound, powerful. And those of us who have done the work to balance out this experience are going to be able to relish in it. Those who haven't done the work, they're going to get to see it. And if they want to take part in it, then they'll have to do the work. Because this can't be faked. It can't be falsified. You either have it or you don't. And so it's going to be a big favor to yourself and others to get comfortable with being a badass motherfucker and stepping forth and saying, look, this is what I am. This is what I can do. This is what I have to offer you. This is what I'll tolerate, and this is what I will not tolerate. Do you agree to those terms? Okay, then let's get going. It's okay to be beautiful. It's okay to be beautiful and funny and fucking smart and fucking powerful and. And it's okay to be different, to be beastly, and. But how is everybody going to find a comfortable place for themselves if they're not even showing up as themselves? So be generous of spirit, the spirit that is within you, the spirit that you have worked with to alchemize and to raise up into a new level of being, so you can sing your own song. Into the cacophony of life. It is a fucking beautiful symphony. And we have been stuck on the same fucking broken record for too long. We're coming out of the nursery rhymes and shit, so to speak. And it's time to step up into the dance floor. We've been learning how to dance, so to speak. Those of us who are badass dancers, it's our time to get on that fucking floor. And we're going to show them how it's fucking done. It's time for that sexual energy to rise. And those of us who have worked with it have learned how to raise it up in a respectable way. And anyways, I'm going to pull some more cards. We're going to get further into this. This is getting exciting. Whew. Okay. And so we all know how love and sex have kind of had this love-hate relationship, right? And there's so much weird shit out there. Like, trying to tell you to do this, trying to tell you to do that. Look, if you're not fucking hurting anybody, if you're not hurting yourself, if you're not pushing your limits and, like, ignoring, you know, your stuff, if you're not hurting others, you're not hurting yourself. Do whatever the fuck you want to do. We're not talking about hurting somebody else's feelings. I'm talking about, like, really hurting somebody. You don't sit there and mess with another someone, unless you know for a fact that those someones are okay with sharing their someone. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to quit competing with each other, and we have to quit entertaining the bullshit that those even on our own fucking side do to hurt our own kind. Do you understand? Like, it's gross. It's kid shit. This sexual energy is so powerful. It's primal. And it's like, and it's awakening. Because the spirit has had a consummation, so to speak. And now the flesh gets to join in on the experience. You see? And so if you guys have been noticing some recurrent themes creeping back up in your personal relationships, be it with a significant other as in a romantic way, or just others that are in your day-to-day experience, maybe people from the past, whatever, trying to creep back up and seeing how they can throw you off of your proverbial high horse, so to speak. You're being tested. And I highly suggest you stand on your shit if it's true to you, mind you. To thine own self be true, okay? That's why it's important to know thyself, so you can be true to thyself. And we have gone through existential what the fuck, and it's okay if a lot of us don't even know what the fuck we are. That's okay, there's room to figure that out. But for those of us who do know what we are, leave us the fuck alone. We don't owe you an explanation for what the fuck we are. We worked for it, we found it, it's ours, and we ain't coming off of it. And no matter how much others want to sit and bitch about how powerful we are, how amazing we are, and what we have to offer, we know, right, collective? We know. We know. And they're not gonna, the little bitchy kids are not gonna make and ruin dinner for everybody anymore, okay? They're having their own kids' table prepared, and we're having the adults' table beautifully prepared for us. Okay? Chokma, right eye wisdom. And it might suck to realize that, somebody you may have been spending years with, have a family with, or might be a family member, is going to end up sitting at the kids' table while you have a seat at the adults' table. Understanding that they might hate you for that, or resent you for that. But I hope if you've reached this point that you have mercy and understanding as to why they would feel that way. Never forget where you came from, because you were once in that too. At some point, you once felt that sting. But we carry our power with confidence, not arrogance. There's nothing to sit there and hold over somebody else's head. What good is that going to do? To stand over somebody and be like, I'm above you, ha 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 ha. Really? You're gonna pick on the babies? Yeah. Don't you look like such a badass? We have Lilio, Angel of Night. It is so uncouth for those who claim to be divine, no matter which end of the spectrum you're on, dark or light. It's across the fucking board for any polarity or anywhere in between. To sit there and that's like being a fucking astrophysicist and then wanting to bully a fucking kindergartner who just started to learn and sing the song Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. The stars don't actually twinkle, they actually blah, blah, blah. You're an ass. Fucking stop. Be willing to teach, but don't take no fucking shit either. You know what I mean? My collective, you get these things. This is stuff for, some of the stuff I say is going to be for those who might be like stumbling upon it that need to hear it. If it comes out for a reason, guys. Please don't hate. We have Estabas, Angel of Divination. Nice. Okay. Let me get the thing. Where'd it go? There it is. I like to touch on these ones because they have cool like little things to look for in your outside world and anyway. Chokma, right eye wisdom. The second emanation, a vessel to hold that which is most precious. The first gate out of potentiality and a step into the realm of the known. Chokma is the first moment a newborn child opens its eyes. That child's first steps and first word. He is the beginning of a lifelong journey whose path disappears over the horizon. From nothingness, wisdom is formed. To have insight into that which is not known is a gift that is not bestowed lightly. Exactly. And you understand that it's not bestowed lightly. So if you hold that, you don't hold it over somebody else's head. Because some of you in my collective, you went from being whatever and then just like suddenly overnight, like, oh shit, you suddenly became aware. You didn't have to walk through fucking hell. You just were living in it. You weren't aware of what else there was. You were only aware of the hell that you were in, and you were comfortable in it, and you were granted whatever it was that suddenly gave your being the aha. Now, the majority of my collective, you have quite literally like walked through hell, and you have come back time and again to try to help other people out of it. And I thank you for your service. The great orb breaks the surface of our consciousness. Descending from the summit of the tree, we see its duality begin to form. Chokma sits atop the pillar of mercy, forming the first masculine aspect of the diagram. Its partner, Bina, opens next to reveal the two eyes through which we see the world, found in birth, intuition, the subconscious. You have that old expression, eye for an eye, right? Well, you notice here how it talks about Chokma sits atop the pillar of mercy, forming the first aspect of the diagram. So it's the right eye and how it connects to the left side of the brain. And Bina is the left eye, but it connects to the right side of the brain. And so it's like a masculine and a feminine stand in front of each other. And it's like, so I can help see your side of things. I'll take one eye of yours and you'll take the opposite one of mine. And together we'll see this world, right? Well, what we're coming into is getting our eyes back, so to speak, because we have a piece of each other. We have held a piece, like we've shared an experience in such an intimate way. That love is what, because these masculine and, I don't want to ruin this, but many of you already feel this. You're stepping into your godhood, guys. We're just going to leave it at that. And you're starting to pick up on, you know, what that's going to feel like, what it's going to look like. I mean, you literally have been granted this time, and as you've navigated through hell and stuff, to be able to observe how others handle it and process it. So you, when you get to that culmination point, what you have upon your being will be an appropriate representative of that which you have embodied and have been working on, fine-tuning this whole time, because a lot of us are going to be thrown right back here to help. And with that is going to come a whole new level of humility and understanding. But those of us who are extremely empathetic, especially my dark ones like myself, who have withheld like so much of that because we're so empathetic, but we were raised in darkness. And somehow we were able to keep that pure aspect of ourselves and utilize it and find a way to include it safely into this experience, okay? Lilial, Angel of Night. There we go. A fleeting spirit who dances across the sky, beautiful but aloof. Stars fill the tresses of Lilial's hair. The night passes, whether we are lost to quiet murmurs of sleep or staring out at a darkened expanse of sky. For everything you see, there are 1,000 things unseen. You witness the glimmer, the gleaming of what is truly there. Lilial passes from star to star, filling the night with light. One would think the darkness is Lilial's realm. However, it is starlight that heralds night's arrival. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Whatever. Star bright, stars light, dance on and across this night. What lullabies await us? What glittering night charms will Lilial hang upon the sky for all to see, for all to dream? Signs, wind, sheer cloth, and the moon. Okay, so this is an aspect of the subconscious. And so what things have we been working on with our subconscious and conscious mind to bring forth, because it's going to be seen? That sparkle I've been talking about, that glimmer, it is there. And we're starting to, I could feel the collective coming into new understanding about our history and our true potential and what we can do, and how the divine has played a role in that all along, and how we got to this point. And so much of that is significant because we're reaching a point where we're not getting stuck in the past anymore. When we come up upon some new information, we're not retaliatory. We're like, okay, this happened, and now we've learned this, but what are we going to do with it moving forward? How are we going to utilize that to ensure it doesn't happen again? You see, that's what history was supposed to be there for. But so much of history has been so adulterated to the extent that, like, you can't tell what the fuck. And then people who, like, you're starting to notice also, like, people that want to argue against religion or science or blah, 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 blah. They want to cherry pick. Well, science says da 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 da. Yeah, but just 10 minutes ago you were talking about how science was also full of shit because most of the stuff they write about is a narrative, right? So which is it? Oh, you only want to use that argument when it serves your agenda. And you're starting to see, like, the broadness of it, the kind of just ridiculousness. And at first it's a bit concerning because it is a little bit scary. Because it's like, how am I going to know what's real? I have a beautiful answer for you. You already know what's real to you. And stop letting other people define it for you. Those of you who have been raised up on a level to be able to comprehend this, you understand. I'm not saying accept every bit of information that comes from your subconscious, but what I'm saying is you've had the time to work on your rational mind and your subconscious, and for them to work together to create scenarios to be able to navigate that which we want to experience and which we don't. And so for us, this point moving forward, that which is most unfamiliar to us is exactly everything we've been waiting for, because we're all too familiar with what has already been, you see? Well, you will. Anyway, Estabas, angel of divination. You've called its name, so it has come, but you cannot command what is foretold. Estabas can only be an uncertain ally in these mercurial times. Estabas reveals the ever-shifting rhythm of the skies and beckons us to observe the alignment of signs. Something is seen in the clouds, in the leaves, in the shadows. Something as glorious as fate. You observe something that could not, must not be real. Curiosity is your call to action, and you are compelled to go. Sacred geometry, a cup of tea, and a falling star. Our sign for this. Okay? So, it's like anybody who practices divination. Whether you fuck with cards, if you've ever shaken a magic 8-ball, if you've ever flipped a coin, if you've done eeny, meeny, miny, mo, or think of a number between that, you have exercised some form of divination. And even the act of prayer, or saying that I recognize that this is an answered prayer, or to be able to say, oh, well, that was a miracle. These are all things of divination. And your subconscious has always been tuned into these things, which is why it has been repressed. They want you to think it's just a fairy tale, right? Like it couldn't be real. Well, guess what? It is. It's very real. You guys are starting to understand how powerful you are. And one of the biggest hurdles that's going to be coming up is you're going to be noticing these resurfacing issues coming back up. Guys, stand firm, especially when it comes to your boundaries. A lot of my femmes, this is very important. Do not let them make a war ground of your body. Do not let them pit your body against your soul and your spirit. Do not let them abuse you for their pleasure. You're getting your fangs back. Bite. Because sometimes that's the only way people learn not to pet the family cat too fucking hard. Little baby junior son of a bitch over there pulling and tugging on a cat's ears, yanking its tail. Oh, he's just playing. No, he's being a little shit. And the fact that he got bit serves a little shit right, so he won't do it again. We are doing them no favors. And masculines, stop entertaining the house cat bullshit of the feminines. The little catty, competitive bullshit. Tell your lioness to feral the fuck up and to quit being intimidated by another woman's beauty or power. You know what? You go up to that woman, you take a seat next to her and be like, baby, tell me how you do it. Teach me. Make me your little pet. You know? Is it that fucking hard? Is it really that bad? To hold ourselves and each other accountable is an act of love for ourselves and each other and all of us and all we make as a whole. You have to stop with the competitive shit. And you have to stop being so goddamn modest and putting yourselves down or trying to make yourself seem less because it might make somebody else jealous. Their trigger, their problem. The fact that you were given a gun is your business. Proverbially speaking. You are not here to make someone else's existence easier. You're here to define existence and what the best outcome is for the whole being because that's what the agreement was made on. To occupy these vessels, to utilize all of it, to bring new things into existence for all of us to experience together. And I'm not just talking about all of us outside of ourselves, I'm talking about all of us within ourselves. We are multifaceted internally. And to be made aware of those aspects can help those aspects evolve into one culminated whole while still having their individual selves recognized and respected, because boundaries are necessary. But it can all be embodied and done together if those boundaries and all the work is done to respect that. And that's when that emergent point hits that I've been referring to. And there's been a collective of us who, guess what, have reached that. And we need to quit being modest about it. It's okay to say it loud, say it fucking proud. The truth is going to speak for itself, and whether they like it or not, we're not going to be robbed of the fulfillment of our promise just because they want to be babies about it. They had their chance to do their fucking work. They wanted to get caught up on all this other stuff. Yes, we can have mercy on them all fucking day. But guys, it's time to be proud for you. To stand in your power, to exercise your power, and be like, you know what? I fucking busted my ass for this, and goddamn it, I'm gonna be fucking happy about this. I'm gonna quit looking for more shit to stress about. I'm gonna quit looking for more things to deflect my attention and blah, 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 blah. The time is at hand. It's time to focus on the task at hand, right? It is what it is. I'm gonna get some Kipper cards here. My kids are going absolutely apeshit. So I'm getting a little bit distracted. So I might call this one a little short and then come back later after they've kind of crapped out for the day. We have to keep it balanced, guys. And that's part of the beautiful fuckery of all this. It's like, you guys, the fact that we have managed to do this while tending to our lives. And doing it responsibly, being able to balance it out without imposing too much of that internal world onto the external, because you have an awareness of how other minds may not be ready for it. To be humble in your power, to be, aware of that. Like, holy fuck, guys, that is some badass shit. And it's okay to be like, you know what, you're fucking right. It is badass, and I'm not gonna hide anymore. It cannot be faked. It can't. And people might be pretty good at fucking pretending for now, but you guys, I know you all feel it. Shit is coming the fuck in. And so whatever you think you're pretending to be, you better really hope that that's what reflects through, or it's going to be really fucking embarrassing. Say it like, guys, please, spare yourselves. Be genuine. Be who you are. Be weird. Be bold about it. And make it fucking sparkle. Put your own brand on that shit. We have Mature Man. I know where this is going. It's that fucking Enterprise, bro. Distant horizons. So sometime in the near future. Ooh, somebody tried to put poverty on your pathway. It's going to be revealed to you how this was done. For each of you. I think the majority of us knows who did this. We know this Mature Man, don't we? We know him very fucking well. Spoiled as hell. Entitled as fuck. Been tended to hand and foot, and had the nerve to have people apologizing for literally existing. Oh, how can I violate my entire being to please you today, sir? What? Yeah, the jig is fucking up. The jig is up. And it's bringing justice in so many areas of life. Exactly, because that's where he's going. You remember that place where that you... I'm talking to you in there. Do you hear me? Hello? Do you remember being kept in this? I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking to you in the back. Yeah, baby, you. You remember being here? Do you remember when this motherfucker put you there? Only wanted to come and knock on your chamber door. Oh, only went, oh, yeah, that's right. And he did it to so many others. And when we decided to step forward, Goon Squad had to turn and look now, didn't they? Like, oh, wait a minute. Wait. They got a point. Wait, what they're saying is fucking valid. No. Like, shut the fuck up. No, what they're saying, I've noticed this too. But no, what they're saying, yeah. Exactly. What's the name? Lucy? Ring a bell to anybody? Expect to get to work. And it's not working for peanuts anymore. We ain't at a fucking circus. Might be a bit of a freak show. But being a ringleader's not that bad, right? Especially when it's creating the experience for everybody. Because the last one, we're not working for peanuts. We're not abusing animals for entertainment, so to speak. It's a full-fledged experience. One that we've all been waiting for. That is inclusive and full of growth and opportunity. And, well, you know, if there is suffering that has to be present, it will at least serve a purpose. It's the mockery of suffering. It's when suffering is for nothing, is when it arrives like this, like, wait a minute, what? So you're telling me my Goon Squad was called in to do this and nothing was learned? Why do I keep getting this fucking message? Wait a minute, this isn't justice. Who's the fucking judge that signed off on that? Why did you tell one of my goons to go and fuck that person up when they didn't have it coming? Now you've made a bully out of one of my goons. And you royally fucking abused someone who didn't deserve it. And then everybody who witnessed it now is going to be fucking terrified. Way to go. Thanks a lot. I had a fucking job to do. You go and make a mockery of my fucking job. Don't want to say I'm a fucking monster. Who's the fucking monster? I'm telling my goons to go do this job that they were trained for. That's what they're good at. They were granted that. Who's the judge that signed off on this? And better yet, who was the one that gave that judge that seat of power? Because I want to talk to him. That kind of thing. Sorry, guys. This is a very... It's a passive... Anyway, I'm very passionate about it for a reason. This is very close to my heart, to my own being. Exactly. A message of concern about the whole fucking community. They've got it all wrong. They've had it all wrong. It's a huge misunderstanding because this motherfucker that everybody trusted, little billionaire bouncing baby, fuckhead over there, thought it would just, well, I'm just going to keep everything going in my favor. I can't have this being balanced out. No, because that means that somebody will tell me no and I can't get what I want when I want it because... Yeah, we all fucking else exist too, though. Did you forget that? Oh, yeah, they did, didn't they? Because they weren't the one that was shoved to the back. Thinking that toward the back was somewhere lesser. Oh, no. Just as fucking powerful. Just happened to be a other side of the spectrum, baby. Which means that pendulum had started over on your side, went all the way fucking through, and then there I was. So don't sit there and think that I wasn't there when your ass decided to pop out. Because my being came to be as a result of you coming into existence. Had to be the one to bear that light that you are. No, fuck that. I can bear a lot. But this? Mm-mm. No. No more. Exactly. Because it's had everybody doing this. It just keeps getting worse and worse, doesn't it? Tell me, guys. How many groceries can you buy for $100 today? If you were to go to the grocery store. And I'm not talking about settling and be like, oh, this is a challenge. I'm going to get ramen noodles. No, I'm talking about what you actually truly need. Not just to survive, but to thrive. What could you really get for you and your family? Alone. If you have fucking kids, what could you really have to offer to be able to bring home for them with $100 fucking dollars, huh? Now let's go back 30 fucking years, shall we? How much in groceries could you get to not only survive but thrive with $100? It was a hell of a lot more, huh? But oh yeah, let's go back 30 years farther. Oh shit, a movie ticket used to cost 5 cents? What? 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 People used to be able to get a loan for a house? What the fuck is that like? Oh, people could pay off their debt? Oh shit, what is that? They must have been millionaires. No, actually they weren't. Somebody could file Chapter 13 and still get 2 credit cards. One person going to work, being the breadwinner, and having the other partner at home off of one income could afford a house, a car, clothes for their kids. Do you not see why it keeps getting worse and fucking worse and fucking worse? And because one noticed it before anybody else, because it was their fucking team that was going out doing the dirty work, that actually served a purpose, mind you. It used to. All these others that had seats had such strong loyalty and trust built to the point that they it has taken so long, but they see it. They see it. And like I was saying about your ancestors, you have changed their minds. Chosen ones, we're talking to you on any end of the spectrum. Because of you. This egregious wrong is about to be made right. And that person that is being that something that's being unshackled, that should have never been shackled to begin with, owes you a huge thank you. Because it's free to be. Never wanted to hurt anybody. But when it comes to balance, it has to be done. It's not done with some agenda. It's done with balance. And that's the biggest difference in what the one that was parading around as something it never was. Anyway, told you guys the weirdness. It gets weird. I gave you a warning. I gave you fair warning. There you go. Anyway. Haha. Oh, I'm blushing. Love it. True. Justice feels fucking good, doesn't it? That's what it's supposed to be. Oh, yes. goons. You guys. Fucking thank you. Guardian of nations, loyalty, honor, integrity, selfless service. It's not going to be reflected like it has been. Service people are not fucking cannon fodder for wars that have nothing to do with true injustices, but rather politics and monopolies and little bullshit games done by people who have so much fucking money that they don't know how to have fun other than to fuck shit up. I think it's funny to do it for everybody else. Oh, no. My daughter, I'm trying to listen to her, and she's like, I don't know what kind of game they're playing, but damn, it's intense. Exactly. Gambler, risk taker of fate, speculation, addiction, debt, fortune. A lot of these soldiers had no idea that they were taking part in a high-stakes game that would never give them a payout. A payout was never a part of that. They were lied to. Because the person that had been promising these payouts, all this other shit, was a fucking addict. The thrill. The thrill. It was never for anything. It was never with an objective in mind. It was never until I get this, because this is it. No. It didn't matter if they had all the fucking money and power in the world. It was never going to be enough. And that is its own hell in and of itself. And thus you begin to see how suffering would play a very significant role for someone like that. It would be an act of mercy to help it see, because it is destroying itself. It's when suffering is dealt out to those who do not deserve it, because they have learned. That's when it becomes cruelty. That's when it becomes other. And, you know, those have been, exactly. And in that realm is where the worst of the worst type of ignorance is bred. That's where empathy is lost. Where respect for life is overlooked. Because no one can see when it's deserved. No one wants to. That's the fucked up part of it, isn't it? Because so many want to sit there and say, this is not right, this is not right, this is not right. But the ones who have the authority to call the hands that delve that shit out will actively, you will see it with your own fucking eyes, you will feel it with the very fiber of your own fucking being, all parts of you screaming this is wrong. And they'll have the nerve to tell you that the fact that you think so is a problem. No. It isn't about trying to paint a picture to be able to call something good or evil or da. This is a simple matter of we all fucking know what's up at this point. And if you haven't caught on yet, it's coming anyway. You're gonna know. It's not like it hasn't been blasted for everybody. Even, you know, that's kind of what's sort of ironic about it, is because there has been things that had documented and certain laws that still have to be, and that's where technicalization becomes an act of manipulation. Because when you hyper-technicalize something, Be like, I'm going to the store, and then they go and dick around or do something horrible, and they come home, their significant other asks them, you said you were just going to the store. Well, technically, I did go to the store, but you didn't ask me what else I had planned, and therefore, because you had the omission of curiosity, blah, 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 no, it still doesn't fucking make what you did right. It does not justify your little fuckery game, now does it? And it was the lack of awareness of that tactic where they were getting by with it, and they used love and all aspects of our being as a way to fucking push it. Because it still fed them what they were wanting. Even doing in just that, playing a manipulative game was still feeding what the fuck they wanted. And how are they supposed to even figure out why they want that? If an entire, like, you know, you see how they set up the odds and why they do it. When you get to the fucking root of it, it becomes so painfully obvious. And yeah, it's hard to face. But you face it anyway. And you be gentle with yourself and each other and understanding and comprehending that, yeah, that's fucking hard to face, man. It's a fucking lot. But together, it can be made right. When that weight is put across many shoulders, it is not so crushing for just one to bear. Do you get the... It's a lot to bear. Especially when you get to the depth of it and you start to see the mirrored aspect at play. To bear the weight of one's own self. To bear the weight of one's own nature and the potential of where you could end up yourself, lest you do the damn work to be able to navigate your being as it is, as it was, and as it's becoming. It is a lot. But those who know how to do it are stepping into positions to be able to be there to help. And out of arrogance, you really thumb your nose at some motherfuckers like that? Collective, don't you dare let them. Don't you let them. What you've been through, they could never comprehend. They don't know how to. And putting them through the same shit is not going to make it right. The point is in what actions you choose to take, making sure that the lesson is taught. And we want to be as gentle as possible, because continuing the fuckery helps nobody. Because what you do to them, you do to yourself. Just like they're having to learn what they've done to us, they have done to themselves. And don't you ever forget it. But I know my crew. You guys already know what's up. I don't have to tell you this, right? But these are the things that you're going to need to be reminding them of. And this is why it's important to stay true to yourselves and how it is an act of service to do so. Especially my dark ones. You're held to a different standard for a reason, because you're fucking powerful. You are part of a weapons class that others could never even fathom getting the opportunity to handle. Don't take it lightly. But don't let them treat you like fucking shit either. But don't expect them to lick your fucking boots, because that's fucked. Don't do that shit. That's fucking kid shit. That's petty, dumb shit. We have no need for that. We don't want that. Fuck, keep your spit off my fucking beautiful boots. period. But to see you acting right, to see you and your kids and your family living it the fuck up, and we all can enjoy this shit together, and we all can be badass motherfucking whatevers. And the Goon Squad ain't gotta stay working 24 fucking 7, and it can actually have a life. That's what it's about. Exactly. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Enjoy your inheritance, guys. It's been a son of a bitch making sure that it reaches you. Happy reaping.